Hello students, hope you all are fine. So last video we had studied about the physical properties of metals and non-metals. So today we will be studying about chemical properties of metals and non-metals. So chemical properties of metals and non-metals. Metals and non-metals, they differ from each other in their chemical properties also. Like they used to differ from each other in their physical properties. Same, they differ from each other in their chemical properties also. So first we will be studying about reaction of metals with oxygen. So when metals, it react with oxygen, then it forms metal oxide. So we can write the equation metal plus oxygen gives metal oxide. Suppose, for example, sodium is a metal. Sodium will react with oxygen and form sodium oxide. That is sodium plus oxygen. The product will be sodium oxide. Okay. So metal oxides which are formed as the product when they will react with oxygen, then metal reacting with oxygen gives metal oxide. So now this product, that is metal oxide, which is formed, it is basic in nature. If it is basic in nature, what will happen? It will turn red litmus to blue because bases turn red litmus to blue. So similarly, what happens? Other metals like sodium and potassium, they are very reactive. They are highly reactive. They are so reactive that even if you keep them in room temperature, in our room also oxygen is there. So if you keep sodium and potassium in room, so it will react with oxygen and it will catch fire. It will form basic oxide and it will catch fire. Okay, so that is why we say that sodium and potassium, they're very reactive. They're so reactive that with room's temperature oxygen, they will react and they will form basic oxide and it will catch fire. That is why the reason is that sodium and potassium, they are kept under kerosene oil. They kept immersed under kerosene oil because to prevent it from catching fire. So next topic is reaction of non-metal with oxygen. What will happen if non-metal will react with oxygen? Non-metals react with oxygen to form acidic oxide. Like metals was reacting with oxygen to form metal oxide and that was basic oxide. Same in the case of non-metals, non-metals will react with oxygen and form acidic oxide. So if it is acidic oxide, what will happen? It will turn blue litmus to red color because acid turns blue litmus to red. For example, non-metal example, we know it is examples are carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, all this. So taking example of carbon, if carbon reacts with oxygen, that is oxygen which is present in the air, so it will form carbon dioxide. That is carbon plus two molecules of oxygen and the product will be carbon dioxide. So next our non-metal is sulfur. So what will happen if sulfur will react with oxygen? If sulfur will react with oxygen, then it will form sulfur dioxide. Same, that is sulfur is also non-metal. So sulfur will react with oxygen and form sulfur dioxide. Now, this sulfur dioxide, the product which is obtained, this sulfur dioxide, if we will dissolve it in water, means SO2, sulfur dioxide. If we will dissolve in water, water is H2O. So it will form sulfurous acid, that is H2SO3, sulfurous acid. Okay, students, understood till here? So now, next topic is reaction of metals with water. We have studied two topics already, reaction of metals with oxygen and reaction of non-metals with oxygen. Now, second reaction. Second reaction is what? Reaction of metals with water. What will happen if metal will react with water? Metals which react with water will form metal hydroxide or metal oxide and it will give out hydrogen gas. Now, depending upon their chemical reactivity, some metals react with cold water and some will react with hot water. and some will react with steam. So we will study all the three categories. So the first category is potassium. Okay, potassium, if it will react with cold water, that is 2H2O, two molecules of water is there. So potassium will react with cold water, and what it will give? Potassium hydroxide plus hydrogen gas. Students, earlier just now I said that if metals will react with water, then it will give metal hydroxide or metal oxide, and it will give hydrogen gas. Means hydrogen gas will be there in the reaction, but the product can be whether metal hydroxide or metal oxide, but hydrogen gas will be there along with metal hydroxide or metal oxide. Second example you see, like magnesium. Magnesium is reacting with hot water, then it will give magnesium hydroxide and hydrogen gas. Mg plus 2H2O, that is hot water. It will give magnesium hydroxide, MgOH whole 2, as the valency of magnesium is 2 and valency of OH, that is hydroxide, is -1. So cross multiplication will occur. Mg will go, and the valency of Mg, that is 2, will come to hydroxide, that is OH, and the valency of OH, that is -1, will come to Mg. So -1 or +1, we don't write 1. Okay, so that is why magnesium hydroxide is MgOH whole 2. Hydroxide OH is written in bracket. You see why? Because it is a compound hydroxide, that is oxygen is present and hydrogen is present, whole 2 plus hydrogen gas, because it is reacting with water, so obviously it will give hydrogen gas. Third, aluminium, it will react with steam. If it will react with steam, so what will happen? It will form aluminium oxide. Here oxide is forming, metal oxide is forming, and hydrogen gas is being liberated. Two aluminium is the two molecules of aluminium plus steam, that is 3H2O, three molecules of water. So what will be the product form? The product form will be aluminium oxide plus hydrogen gas. Here also hydrogen gas will be liberated. Now again there is exception in metals. What is the exception? That lead, copper, gold and platinum, these metals, they do not react with water or steam. So what are the metals which do not react with steam or water? So we can say our answer will be copper, gold, platinum and lead. Understood? Okay. Now, reaction of non-metals with water. What will happen if non-metals will react with water? Students, there is no reaction because non-metals do not react with water or steam. So no product will be formed. There is no reaction. Now switching to our third property, that is reaction of metals with dilute acid. What will happen? Metal will react with dilute acid and it will form metal salt, and again hydrogen gas will be liberated. So for example, and in this case what will happen? A salt that is displacing hydrogen from dilute acid. Here displacement reaction will take place, this which is high reactive metal. The high reactive metal will displace the hydrogen. Displacing hydrogen means removing hydrogen from its place, that is displacing it. Okay, so you see the example, you will understand. Sodium, that is 2Na, two molecules of sodium is there, plus HCl, that is hydrochloric acid. In hydrochloric acid, hydrogen is there and chlorine is there. So the product formed will be NaCl, that is sodium chloride, that is the common salt that we use for cooking. Okay, table salt, that is known as. Plus hydrogen gas will be liberated out. So here what happens? Displacement reaction is taking place as sodium is high reactive metal. Sodium and potassium are highly reactive metal. So the highly reactive metal will displace the hydrogen. See, sodium is removing hydrogen, no, from here. Sodium is removing hydrogen from here, and then what is happening? This sodium, it is removing this hydrogen. It will remove this hydrogen and sodium will combine. So sodium, it will combine with chlorine and it will form NaCl. It will form NaCl and this hydrogen will be left alone. So hydrogen 2 H is there, no? So this hydrogen is now what? It is known as hydrogen gas, which will be liberated out. Same is in the case of magnesium also. So this magnesium is also highly reactive. So magnesium will displace the hydrogen. See, again, this magnesium is displacing hydrogen, means it is removing hydrogen from its place. So this magnesium will react with this chlorine, and it will form magnesium chloride, MgCl2. Why 2 is written here? Because the valency of Mg is 2, and chlorine, that is Cl, the valency of chlorine is -1. So again here cross multiplication will be there. Mg2 will come to chlorine part, and chlorine -1 will come to magnesium part. So students, -1 and +1 again we don't write. That is why Mg is Cl2. And this hydrogen which was left, which was displaced by magnesium, this hydrogen will be again liberated as hydrogen gas. Understood, students? Okay, now reaction of non-metal with acid. Now, what happens? Generally, non-metals, they do not react with acid. Non-metals, they do not react. So next topic is our reaction of metals with bases. We have studied about reaction of metal with acid. Now reaction of metal with bases. Some metals such as zinc and aluminium, they react with sodium hydroxide. Now what is sodium hydroxide? It is a base. Okay. Or potassium hydroxide. Hydroxide is there. The word hydroxide is there means it is a base. That is basic in nature. It will be a base. So some metals such as zinc and aluminium, it will react with sodium hydroxide or potassium hydroxide to form the salt. Again, salt is being formed here, and oxygen, hydrogen gas is being liberated out. So we can say that reaction of metals with bases will also give respective salt. The product will be respective salt, and hydrogen gas will be liberated out. Now displace. Before that, students, reaction of non-metal with bases. So as this video is for standard 8 student, so reaction of non-metals with bases is very complicated, which you do not have to study in standard 8. You will study that later in standard 9 and 10. Okay, so I'm switching to next topic, that is displacement reaction. Displacement reaction, earlier I have said that in that reaction, what will happen? The highly reactive metal will displace the element. Can be any element. It will displace to form a compound. After displacing, it will form a compound. Displacing, it will remove from the place. So what is reactivity? I'm saying reactivity, highly reactive. Now, what is reactivity? The tendency of an element to react with other substance. Suppose element is there, it is reacting with any substances. Okay, after reacting with any substance, what will happen? It will form a compound, and this process is known as reactivity. This is known as reactivity. That process is happening now, that one metal is reacting with other substance and it is giving a product, and it is displacing the product. After displacing, it is giving a product. It is combining with that substance. Suppose metal A plus metal BC is there. So for example, metal A plus BC. So what will happen? Metal A will combine with C, and it will displace B, and the product will be AC plus B. Understood? So this is known as reactivity. Any metal which is reacting with any other substances and giving a product, the product should be a compound. So this is known as reactivity. So students, this is the reactivity series. You see, this is the reactivity series. In the reactivity series, what is happening? That from most reactive metal to low reactive metal, it is given in the chart. So we know that potassium and sodium are the most reactive metal, that is potassium and sodium. So the highly reactive metal is what? Which is the highly reactive metal? Yes, the highly reactive metal is potassium. After potassium, it is sodium. Then calcium, magnesium, aluminium, zinc, iron, tin, lead, hydrogen. This hydrogen is written in bold. I will explain. After that is copper, mercury, silver, gold, and platinum. Now, you must be wondering that this is a chart or this is a table of metal, but hydrogen is a non-metal. So why it is there in the reactivity series? Hydrogen being a non-metal is placed in a group of metal in the reactivity series. Why? Hydrogen is placed in the reactivity series because it acts like metal. It acts like electropositivity. Okay, what is electropositivity? That is, it will lose an electron. Okay, it will lose an electron and it will be positive ion. It will become a positive ion by losing an electron. So that is why hydrogen, it behaves like metal, and that is why it is kept in the series of reactivity series with other metals in spite of being a non-metal. Okay, now a reaction in which a more reactive metal displaces a less reactive metal from aqueous solution of its salt is known as displacement reaction. This is the definition of displacement reaction. Means a highly reactive metal is displacing a less reactive metal. Highly reactive, which is stronger, the stronger metal will displace the less stronger one from its position. Okay, so this is known as displacement reaction. Okay, students, so till we have studied today till reactivity series. Okay, so what are the things that we have studied today? Today we have studied the chemical properties of metals and non-metals, reaction of metals with oxygen, reaction of non-metals with oxygen, reaction of metals with water, reaction of non-metal with water, reaction of metal with dilute acid, reaction of metals with dilute, with base, and reactivity series. Okay, so students, till here we are stopping the video. Till here, next class we will study common uses of metals and non-metals. So students, till then revise this thing whatever is being taught to you, and I hope you're being benefited by this video whatever is being uploaded. And student, please do subscribe the channel so that you can watch the video whenever you want, and you can watch it before your class begins also. Okay, so take care, have a good day, bye bye.